Hi, everybody. It's Sunday night. I thought I'd come on and chat with you for a bit. So, I don't know if I'm going to lose connection or what, but I'm going to chat and get out everything I want to say. And I'm not going to make it short this time. Excuse me. I got up today and Chuck and I were watching what was going on last night on the internet. And after he got done, he looked at me and said, "She's drinking herself to death." We are literally watching a woman drink herself to death. And I didn't know what he was talking about at the time because I hadn't watched all of it. You'll have to excuse me, I have a huge ear infection. So I continued watching it. And when I got done, I honestly don't know how I felt. Now, normally I don't come on YouTube to talk about anything when it comes to feelings, because YouTube is not a place to express your inner thoughts or your true feelings. People have a tendency to eat you up when you do that. It's not a good place for people with too much empathy. None of it. It's people that are struggling emotionally, none of it. If you don't come on YouTube with a set of armor on you, you'll get tore up. Anyway, so I looked around and I checked out some of Drunk DUR stuff. And then later on in the afternoon, I checked out Robin's stuff. And then I decided to check out Jesus June stuff. And what I got to say about that is, wow. The only thing positive that I've seen going on was Robin's actually learning to use AI and using her puppy to promote her on her channel, which is great because in the past 5 years of dealing with Robin, I've only seen negativity out of her. And if I'm going to be honest, if she would have focused on this type of shit and, her own channel, instead of getting all sucked into Drunk DUR's bullshit, she'd probably be making a little money. So her and her puppers could have a new doghouse. And I said from the very beginning, Dara is too big of an alcoholic for anybody to help on YouTube. She was 5 years ago, she was drinking too severely. And I know this from personal experience, and I'm not going to tell you why. I literally had to cut off ties with this person who I loved, still love, because they just can't quit drinking. And they're not gonna. So that was a positive thing that I seen. And I liked that. And then I got into watching the rest of Drunk DUR and excuse me, my ear is so infected. And what was going on with her. And there used to be an old saying we used to have for alcoholics. I don't even know if they use it these days. It's called when they get into a spiral. And Darlene is in a spiral. It's hard enough when there's one alcoholic in a family for them to quit drinking, and then let alone two. And Marty and Darlene have they're alcoholics. And I've known that since, well, Marty, I'm a boater. And Marty thinks nothing of going out into his boat with booze. What you want to talk about dangerous, that's super dangerous. And I know Marty will never put an end to Darlene's drinking because he has to put it, it's a back and forth thing. I'm drinking, if you got to quit drinking if I'm drinking. I can't stop drinking if you're drinking. And at this point in time in the game, it's just simply not going to stop. So I know that. I've known Marty drinks and drives. The only difference between Marty and Darlene is Marty is a functioning alcoholic. Darlene is not. She has to have somebody take care of her. And she's had Marty taking care of her for years. And prior to that, her family, I'm sure, was. So yeah, Chuck's right. Now, as much sparring, that's the word I'll use, I've done with Robin, Drunk DUR, and the Trolls. I've been attacked the worst of everybody by those bitches. But the truth is, I'm not that emotionally involved in it. And me as a person, not on YouTube, I can forgive and forget in a heartbeat. I'd make most Christians look like Satan because I can forgive that easy. So none of it has really been stuck with me. I like to see people do good no matter what. I'm not a drama person. I don't get overly excited. Hi, Marty has a baby. Hi, Rhonda. And to me, as next day, it's a new day. Like I said, I told everybody a long time ago that nobody on YouTube is ever going to be enough of a friend or say the right things or have enough time to sit up all night long trying to talk Darlene out of her depression and to do better for herself, because Darlene simply doesn't want to. And since she's went through chemo, she's certainly taken a turn for the worse. Darlene is spiraling. Now, I have never, in the 5 years that I've been on here, said that I hate anybody, because I don't. I get pissed off at times, I laugh at times, I enjoy tit for tat at times, but I've never said I hate anybody, because that's not in me. And because of that, in a lifetime of that, I really have no enemies. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about what June Black's video. And first of all, I want to say, because she'll be watching or listening, June, you need to get help. You are on a public platform telling people that you wish a woman who you don't even know would become terminally ill and be removed from the earth. How much hate do you have in you? That wasn't brought on by watching Drunk DUR. I mean, I think anybody that's followed this drama for 5 years, if I come out and said, oh, I hate Drunk DUR, they would go, yeah, we get it, Cindy. But even I don't. I don't even hate Robin. But to wish her to suffer of terminal illness from cancer when you yourself had it. Because according to you, you think it would be better off than the chance, not that it actually happened, the hypothesis of her possibly hurting somebody else. June, that's some hateful shit. And then at the same token, you call yourself a Christian. I'm so confused. So if I want to believe what you think of yourself, which you're this intelligent woman that is coming on YouTube and expressing what you see, and you think it's funny, ha ha ha, I love you, you know who you are. Right after you get done saying that you wished a woman who you have been supporting for 5 years off and on would die of a disease that you've had, and it's painful and it's terrible because of some hypothesis you have in your brain that some kid leaving the high school hop is going to get hit by DUR or Marty. I haven't been able to get my head around that, June. It's just, you know, you came out a long time ago, out of nowhere, said, I never did anything to you. I said, you just came on one day, one of your moods, and said, I hate her. I hate people like her. You love to use that word hate. Well, I'm not a Christian. I believe in the grandfather teachings and the Creator. And I will tell you right now, I forgave you for doing that. And I will make an offering for your soul. Well, not for your soul, but that things bad don't happen to you. Because that is some seriously nasty, nasty shit to wish upon drunk DUR. And I'm not a fan of drunk DURs, and I'm not a friend of drunk DURs. I'm not a friend of Robin's. But I don't hate them. Yeah, Rhonda, that just shocked me too. It's like, holy shit, like, so these are my real feelings. This is how I really feel. I can't control what people say or what they do. Whether it's true or it's false but I do know enough about our little drama genre to know personalities to a certain degree. And like I said, I mean, Robin came out and created a whole gang of women to stalk me, and men. Hi, Little Feet and KK. Little Feet, I've known you've been out there all the time. I just figured as long as you kept your mouth shut, I wouldn't fuck with you. So, I don't know what to say. I really, yeah, I mean, are you guys understanding where I'm coming from? Like, because this is, this really brought me up in my feels. And then to see Robin doing the puppy videos, it's great. You know, that's some positivity. Anybody who has known this whole situation knows I can take everything those bitches put out, but doesn't mean I hate them. Doesn't mean I don't want them to do well. Doesn't mean that I don't want to see Darlene have better in her life than what she has. But she's not going to. I don't think she is. It would take a miracle to turn her around. Like I caught her for a bit on LC's channel. Somebody had taped it or videoed it for me. And he basically kicked her off. He kicked her off. He said, Dar, you can't even understand you. You're too drunk. You know how when people are all sober and somebody's really, really drunk, they don't want to be around them at that time. But then when everybody's drunk, nobody notices. Well, LC was just starting his show, so everybody was pretty much sober. Dar comes up on panel. You can't even understand her. She can't even hold her head up. And LC just told her, get out, not in those words, but basically get out of here. And then she comes right back over to her channel and goes, I love LC, I love LC. We all have our good points. And we all have our bad points. Darlene has a severe addiction. And I think Chuck is right. All we are doing is watching her spiral down and drink herself to death. So that's what I wanted to say. There's nothing about this genre of the bullshit that shocks me anymore. There's nothing about YouTube that shocks me anymore. I tried watching her for a bit, but I just couldn't. It really broke my heart. Yeah. This morning, it broke my heart too, Rhonda. But I mean, Darlene is a severe alcoholic. She's living in a household with another alcoholic. She's financially dependent on him. She's never going to get better. The chances of her getting better are just for many reasons. I mean, cripes, if we could cure alcoholics by loving them enough, or being a good enough friend, or being there for them, there wouldn't be no alcoholics, because there's people like myself that would be willing to do that. I have done it. But unfortunately, it's the alcoholic that can't stop. And with Darlene at her age and what she's been through, Chuck said it right on the nose. We're watching a woman spiral down, drinking herself to death. And then, believe it or not, we sat there and discussed how it could happen. Like, there's no kindness in that. I stopped us and I said, we shouldn't even be talking like that. There's no kindness or decency in that conversation. But this is how brazen YouTube makes you. It's sad. So anyway, I just wanted to come on and say that and let you all know that almost 9 months ago, I started with AI with the help of Matt. And it's a good thing because it's positive and it's fun and it's profitable. I also know that Darlene's dreams of becoming monetized, YouTube's first of all, unless Robin's going to help her sign up, she's not going to be able to do it on her own. But even if she does sign up, she's got 1,500 videos. Half of them are not going to be able to be monetized. They can sit there, but she won't be able to collect money due to the views. And at this point in time in YouTube, you're only making about 40% of what you actually get, because you got to pay taxes, you got to give money to them, and there's not much in it. But at least it's more positive. You leave with a more positive mind. You enjoy it more. It's more creative and artsy than the whole drama thing. I'm not going to, that's why I'm not on as much, because it's hard to do both, and it's hard to keep up with work, and I have a pregnant daughter and a grandson that's crazy. So anyway, Rhonda, I just wanted to say hi to John for me, and I'm so happy you guys are back home and that he's recovering in his own bed. That's a good thing. And that was the first time I ever seen a picture of your dog. Oh my gosh, your dog's so beautiful. I love gray and white dogs. And I hope you all have a good night. And don't let the bed bugs bite. And even though I'm not a highly religious person, you need to send your prayers to Drunk DUR. Because it's the older she's getting, if she, what usually happens with lifelong alcoholics is, well, cancer's a big one, but DUR doesn't smoke. I'd probably get cancer before she would. But a slip and fall that they don't recover from. They break something and they don't recover from it, and it just results in not a nice retirement, or not a good way to live your elderly years. And in that one video with her bouncing off the walls, she takes this after chemo and after cancer, which has depleted her system. If she takes a slip and a fall, she'll probably spend the rest of her life trying to recover from it. If she breaks a hip or a leg or whatever. So yeah, as much as I've had fun in the last 5 years arguing with the old bitch, I don't hate her. Talk to y'all later. Bye now.